Hey, what's up guys? Phantom Null here, and I'm here today with my blaster, Fire Blast, Mental Manipulation, Riku Rikori. He's a blaster. And today we're going to rip through some more Council. So, I'm pretty proud of the build of this character, because for the longest time I couldn't enjoy blasters. And I finally came up with this build that I really was proud of, and, I worked through to level him up to 50. And, he's got some great defenses. Of course, being a blaster with Fire Blast, Mental Manipulation, his damage output is really good. So, yeah, let's see what he can do. No incarnate powers on this guy, unfortunately. Oh, wow. I used the wrong move. Yeah, it's been a while since I've played him, unfortunately. I thought that was the Psionic Cone attack, which I respect him out of, so he doesn't even have that move. Derp. Derp. Alright. Now let's use that properly. Fireball. Let's use our Fire Cone attack. Should take out at least one of them. Finish him off. Blaze. Alright. And now let's talk a little bit about the attacks I'm using. This right here is Drain Psyche. Increases my regen and recovery rate. Using it against two enemies, not ideal, but, I'm just kind of explaining what it does. This is a melee-based psionic attack right here. This is Fireball. This is an AoE attack, which you can see explodes in their face. This is my Cone Fire Breath. This is Sonic Shockwave? Yeah, Psychic Shockwave, which is a PB AoE. Great attack. We have Blaze. Fireball on a single target. That was hardly ideal. Let's use our melee sonic attack. Mind Probe, that's what it's called. And then we have this melee attack as well, which has a knockback effect, which is handy in many situations for a blaster. Get away from me. Let's attack him. Let's get rid of this guy. Oh, yeah, targeted the wrong guy. We've lost there. I didn't notice. Yeah, I made sure to turn on bosses on this run because I noticed that other than with Archereed, I hadn't fought bosses on any of my characters. So, that's just... Generally, I like to fight against lots of enemies, and bosses really slow the pace down, so a lot of times I just turn them off. I didn't realize I had them off on that many characters, though, so I made sure they were on before I started up this run. Oh, connection hit from there. Stuck in the railing. There you go, buddy. Free. And you're completely spazzing out. Okay, wow, that was really weird. I think some of that is my connection, but part of that is just the physics system wigging out. Wow. Having fun there, pal? Having a good old time. Look at him. Look at him dance. Yeah. Let's join him. Yeah. Aw. Okay, let's continue. Let's use aim. You know what? Let's use double aim and build up. Just for funsies. Fireball. Sonic Shockwave. Oh, I'm held. That's dangerous. Let's try to get some regen going. Let's back off. Back off. Blaze. Let's try to kill this boss before he can do more damage. Sonic Shockwave. Or Psychic Shockwave. Okay, we got it. So, normally with a blaster you should probably be more careful. But that's kind of the way or the reason I built this blaster the way I did, because I enjoy just sort of charging in most of the time. I think my connection is again freaking out. There's an upload going on, so that's the reason for that. Alright, let's use Fireball again. Let's use Rain of Fire. This is a fire patch. Damage aura, but it doesn't do a ton of damage, and sadly he doesn't have any way to keep the enemies inside a patch. So that's a move that's best used when I'm on a team, and there's someone that can actually keep them inside the patch. Okay, we've got a huge room here. Choose secondary mutation as well. Increased defense, that's always nice. Let's get our brain cycle going. Wow, the connection is really freaking out. I should have turned off the upload. But I thought it'd be alright because when I initially logged on, it wasn't any hit. But clearly that is not the case. Try not to piss off that group over there. Let's use this so we get another inspiration to hopefully something useful. Oh no. Oh, I could be dead. You know what? Let's use both of these. Let's use Psychic Shockwave again. Let's use Fireball. Yeah, okay, in the herd. I really want to take down that wolf boss. They have such great resistances. Just pain to kill even for a blaster. Which, you know, I'm pretty sure everyone knows watching this, but just in case, blasters are the highest damaging archetype in the game, so... And this is probably one of the most lethal combinations even for blasters. I probably shouldn't be using aim and build up as often as I can together, just to sort of keep up my damage output more consistently rather than just having that burst. But, you know, it's kind of fun to just absolutely run in and destroy the group. Because now I don't have either to fire off in this group, which has a boss, so it's going to be more difficult. Let's get a few hits off on this boss before we aggro everybody. Okay. Let's see if we can just fight these two for a minute. I think we're going to be able to, because there's... actually a big map for a warehouse. A lot of damage. Oh wow, I thought the boss was dead, so I just went ahead and switched targets. That's what I get. And then he used Dull Pain, so now he's got even more HP. Oh man. Okay, let's rest up for a second. And let's go ahead and turn back on World of Confusion. World of Confusion really isn't important to the build, and to be honest, it's actually just a set bonus fuel. But it can be mildly handy, so... Oh wow, I have rest in 2 places. Oops. I never noticed that. Let's go ahead and get rid of it there. And let's go. Don't need this awaken, or if I do, then I did something wrong, so let's not rely on it. Generally how I do it when I get an awaken, I just absolutely get rid of it because I feel like it's wasting a slot. Let's use aim on this group. Shockwave, let's use our comb for the fire attack, whatever it's called. Fire breath, something like that. I was so close yet so far. Finish this guy off. Let's use these 2 inspirations. Let's pop build up. Psychic Shockwave, Fireball, and then we're gonna use Fire Breath. Finish off hopefully this wolf and robot. Okay, we did. Melee attack. This and then Blaze. Oh, it did finish him. I was about to say I was gonna hope that was going to finish him off, but the DOT is what did it, rather than the direct upfront damage. Alright, another damage inspiration to pop. That'll be nice against this Eclipse Werewolf, which is a huge pain in the butt. Let's use Drain Psyche, let's use Fireball, Psychic Shockwave, Blaze again. Oh man, the other group saw me. Let's use our Patch to give them to scatter a bit. Before they run away, we're going to use Fire Breath. And then we're going to use this cover to lure them into a bunch. Though they'll probably come disjointed and we'll pick them off as we can as they run up. Okay, that is the boss. So let's knock him down and finish him off with Blaze. Now these 2 are going to fall victim to a trap. Or well, they were for a second before the lieutenant ran away, but it's okay because he's going to fall in just a moment. One more to... Oh, never mind. I thought he was going to take another hit. Okay, that is Argent Foss. our Archon Foss. So let's attack him directly. Now let's use some AoEs. Now we're using a cone. Hop back into the fray. I kind of cheese that out because once I press the key, the attack is queued, and positionally it's already flagged as, you know, me nailing them from the position when I fired it. So I'm able to hit the group without actually hitting the entire group. Okay. Archon Foss, running on. Let's knock him back down and finish him off while he lays on the level. Oh wow, I missed him. Come on, guys. That insight inspiration should make it to where we don't miss this time. Okay, let's use Drain Psyche. Now let's use our Cone, Fire Breath. Hopefully get, I got 3 or 4. Not bad, but could have been better. Alright, several of these have already seen us, so let's just hop in here. Try to hit as many as we can with our AoE. Psionic Shockwave. Now we're going to fire off Fireball, and then a Cone. Oh, the guy died, so our target changed. That's okay. Let's take care of this wolf. That does it. Throw this guy away from us if I can ever target him. There he goes. One guy ran away. I don't think he died. Alright, this is bigger, so let's use this one and save the other one. I like to kind of have 2 inspirations resting in things if I can. And the others are really just for emergencies. Though a lot of times I don't even use those for emergencies. It's kind of, I guess it's the pack rat in me. But at times I do, and, you know, those are good times. I'm not hoarding, which is senseless to hoard inspirations anyway because they're not expensive. Apparently, a guy didn't run away. I thought he did, but apparently he died from damage as he ran. And that is basically this character. The only thing I didn't use is Inferno, which is his nuke power, which I only had on him honestly because it was in preparation for the issue that would have come out next, where nukes were going to become crashless, meaning that they wouldn't crash all of your endurance. But unfortunately, that never came to be, so I never use Inferno on him in this state. Let's take a quick look at his build, as we have with all the other characters, because, hey, these are self-indulgent videos to begin with, so let's do it. Fire Blast, we have 4 Thunderstrike, Fireball, 3 Blasters, Wraths, which again are archetype enhancements. For Fire Breath, you can see that I actually never finished slotting this. There was going to be 5 Ragnarok here, and 1 Positron Blast, chance for energy damage proc. Sadly, I never really pursued finishing that, and I mean, there's just no motivation or point to do it at this point, you know. So it is what it is. Aim, we have 2 Rectified Reticles to get the Smashing Lethal Defense 1.88%, and then a single recharge. For Blaze, we have a full set of Thunderstrike. Inferno, we have 3 Eradications. I don't recall what was going to be here, so that is what it is. But again, it's something that was missing because I never quite finished the entire build for this guy. But I mean, this just would have gotten him a 10% recharge, you know, and a nice accuracy bonus. But those are the only real things I was going for with that, particularly the recharge. And in this one, I have no idea. We have a Kinetic Combat 405 and a proc negative energy damage Touch of Death. Again, we have a Rectified Reticle in build-up, along with another recharge reduction. We have 3 Numina Convalescences and a Doctored Wounds here. We have 3 more Eradication in World of Confusion. In Psychic Shockwave, we have 4 Eradications and 2 Armageddons, which purples and really expensive ones, so yay. Nightmare, we have, or rather in Scare, we have 3 Nightmares. That's actually something I never used, which is handy against enemies that I guess I would be more afraid of getting through my defenses. But Council have a lot of Smashing Lethal attacks, which I have good defense to, so I never really worried about it. Telekinetic Thrust, we have another set of kinetic combats for. Brawl, another set of kinetic combat. Of course, we have the Stealth IO and Sprint. In Swift, we have a Run. In Hurdle, we have a Jump. We have Miracle Plus Recovery and Health, along with a Pneuma Convalescence Regen Recovery. I believe I was saving this here for a Panacea plus chance for HP and Endurance proc. Never did get that. In Stamina, the usual slotting from Performance Shifter. In Kinetic Combat, we have 2 Luck of the Gamblers, because I couldn't figure out a way to fit 3, which normally I would do for the, actually, no, okay, what it is, oh, sorry there, what it was is that he had hit the HP cap for blasters, based on the build that I had, so there was no need to go for the increase in maximum health, here. It would have been a complete waste, and combat jumping, the increase in defense is so minuscule, it wasn't worth bothering, so that's what it was. But yeah, sadly, I never got the accolades for him, so Riku is not actually at the HP cap. But in theory, if I had ever been able to finish his build and, you know, have gotten him the way that I'd planned, that's what it would have been, which would have been awesome, because he would have had such great defenses along with max HP. Combine that in with Drained Psyche against a couple of enemies, and his regen would have been really great for a blaster. But that's neither here nor there. In Super Jump, we have a knockback reduction. That's the only one we have in his build, I believe, because 4 seems like enough for a blaster in general. In Stealth, we have a Red Fortune, Defense, Endurance, and 2 Luck of the Gamblers. Again, the same reason that Combat Jumping only has 2. The maximum health increase here from the set bonus would have been wasted, because I already was going to be at the HP cap. Thanks, Mids Hero Designer. In Boxing, we have a single accuracy. In Tough, we have a steadfast reduction, resistance plus 3 defense. Here we would have had a gladiator armor increase to 3% defense, but again, never got it. You notice I actually was missing a number of things in this build, but he's still a lot of fun to play. And sadly, you know, I just never got to it. I think I already talked about Weave. Did I? No, okay. Weave has the same slotting as Stealth, though, so there you go. Scorpion Shield, Defense, Defense Endurance, and Defense 7.5 increased global recharge, Luck of the Gamblers. Maneuvers, again, the same slotting as Stealth and Weave. And Tactics, Gaussian Synchronized Fire Control, an entire set. I should mention that one cool thing about this build also that I liked was that he has Stealth from the auxiliary pools, and then of course he has the Stealth IO and Sprint. So he effectively has, you know, full stealth against most normal enemies. So that's kind of cool for a blaster set that normally wouldn't even have a stealth in its primary or secondary. Secondary, I guess, really, because no blaster primaries would ever have any stealth, and I think only devices would in the secondary. So it is what it is. But that is going to do it for Riku, I think. The only thing I didn't really show off, as I mentioned, was Scare and Subdual. Subdual being something that I pretty much never use, it being a single target Immobilize. Scare is basically just a ranged single target Fear. Both can be useful tools against enemies that you're worried about closing in on you in melee range. Generally, I'm not too worried about that on Riku, because his lethal defense sits at, well, rather with combat jumping, it sits at, you know, what do I have? I think I have defense, yeah, plus defense from the secondary mutation, but it would be over 50%. Anyway, also his energy resist, or rather defense, sits at around 50% as well. So he's got really good defenses against the most common damage types. He's also got some good negative energy defense, sitting at a little less than 40% normally, I think, about 39 maybe. Psionic defense is kind of a whole, as well as fire defense, but those are less common. So, you know, I was willing to take a hit on those. And, you know, you can't be perfectly defended against everything, so you just kind of do what you can. I was quite proud of how this came out for a blaster, though. The only thing he was really lacking that I would have liked to get was some substantial recharge bonuses and hasten, neither of which I was able to fit into his build, but again, you can't have everything, and I would rather have a blaster that's more survivable, since I kind of don't like to die, and blasters tend to die a lot, so... Yeah, I could rant about this forever, but I think that is going to do it for this video. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you next time. There will be more to come.